Welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard, your trading coach. We'll be doing a live trading session, live analysis and live discussion that we do every trading day. This is the second day of the week, Tuesday. As you can see, there are some very important news coming up later today. There will be some Fed share will speak later today after New York session. So we will have some good trading opportunity coming up. As you can see, this in this London session, the market is showing a huge volatility. So before I begin this session, we'll look at all the pairs to see how we can find trading opportunity. As you can see from yesterday, the market moving in a sideway, so look for suitable entry opportunity if we find in this live session, of course, and also we will find a direction for upcoming New York session, how we can find entry opportunity. So before I begin this session, guys, make sure you smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet, like as usual every day, so that you don't miss out any of the analysis content live streaming that we are posting every single day. So we'll be starting with, first of all, gold. As you can see, gold was moving in a sideways since yesterday. I'm just waiting for an entry opportunity. Probably during this live session we might find one. What I think that gold, as you can see, this is 4-hour time frame, and for me the best trading opportunity could be on the retest of this previous support turning resistance. I have posted analysis early today, probably you have seen that on trading view. Let me give you a quick idea again based on the multi time frame how gold might be behaving, and then we'll see where we can find entry opportunity on gold. First of all, looking at monthly, as you know that in all my analysis I always do a multi time frame approach, which is in fact the right way to analyze the market. And I saw that many traders even don't pay attention because it feels sometimes too much work, but at the end of the day, when you do this over and over again, it really helps to understand the market. So from this monthly perspective, this is the monthly impulse. As you can see, big impulse on the monthly time frame on gold, back to back 3 months, strong uprise from this monthly level of support. And then after creating an overextended market on the monthly, gold is coming down for a deeper retracement. As you know that the market will never move in one direction. It will go for an impulse and then it will come back for a correction. This is the language or the rhythm of the market. So what we have seen, there has been an enough impulsive move. Now we can expect gold to come back for a deeper retracement. So as you know that the Fibonacci is very, very important. So if we place our Fibonacci from starting of this move to the end of the move, we see that primarily at 38.2% Fibonacci level, one is around 1830, could be a very significant level to look for potential trading opportunity. The other one is at 50% Fibonacci level, and the other one we can expect at 61.8% Fibonacci level. So these are the three levels that I think that gold is likely to come back and test before creating any other movement. So for the time being, let's focus on the at 38.2% Fibonacci level, which is the 1830 level. And I think that very soon gold is likely to come and test this as a support. So from the monthly perspective, we have a potential direction for gold for potential shorting opportunity. Now looking at weekly perspective, what we have seen that this is the weekly candle, which is in fact a long bearish engulfer on the weekly. The price grabbed liquidity from this resistance and created this big bearish engulfer on the weekly perspective. And there is, as you can see, there is a trend line here on the weekly on gold, and this is the resistance zone. The price back to back 4 weeks respected this resistance level. It's an ascending resistance, creating series of higher high, and then from that resistance gold has a breakdown with this bearish engulfer. Now this weekly bearish engulfer is in fact a very, very important candle because it's an NFP candle. It has a huge volume in it. It has a good number of liquidity in this candle. And what I think that now, after, as you can see in the second day, gold is just moving in a sideway, which is in fact a good sign that gold will have another drop. So then where we can expect gold to have this bounce. Let's see on the daily perspective how it is doing. Now from the daily time frame, what we see that this is the big impulse on the daily. Okay, with that impulse on the daily, the price created a double top formation. Okay, with the double top formation, the price created this impulsive move to the downside, and then now previous day we have seen a narrow doji, okay, followed by we see today a narrower candle as well. The price is still not moving much. It's almost in a sideway. So what I think that you can see that the price, this is the neckline of this reversal. This is a double top formation. There is a support here. Okay, support here. I think that at some point we should see gold is going ahead and test this support as a resistance and then to reject. If we take our Fibonacci again on the daily impulse, we see that exactly where this support turning resistance is also aligning with 38.2% Fibonacci level, which is the support here, which is turning resistance in this zone on gold. So with that in mind, what we can expect on gold for this price to go ahead and test this support as a resistance on the daily. So monthly, weekly and daily showing us potential a trading opportunity to the upside after a deeper retracement. So if we look at lower time frame price action, this is where we could find an entry opportunity. As you can see, after this two wave, there is one wave and then consolidation, there has been another wave and then consolidation. So with that consolidation, what we can expect now, gold in fact to go ahead and test this level, this previous support turning resistance, and then to continue to drop. So for me, this zone for me is not a good place for an entry opportunity on gold, because in fact this zone, as you can see, the price is completely purely moving in a sideway. Okay, so you see that this resistance, there's this in a sideway movement, and for me what I think that the price at some point could go ahead and test this support as resistance, and then we could see that coming back down. Now this resistance retest could be during the news announcement. If we look at Forex factory calendar, we see this is the Forex factory and this is the calendar here. What we see that in fact there is later today 4 a.m. Sydney time, there are back-to-back two news coming on CAD and USD. Both are very important news, and USD CAD also going to be very volatile, and both Powell speaking means there will be huge volatility early in the morning in Sydney time. It could be different in your time zone, and that I think that until that news, we might see that gold probably moving still in a sideway, and highly likely that I think that which is high probability to happen from my experience, is that's why I didn't enter any trade so far today on any instrument, especially on USD, because I think that the price will, during this time, we will see a volatility to the upside. Okay, movement to the upside, testing this support here. Okay, and also support here, which is turning resistance here, and from that resistance we can expect a rejection to the downside. So support turning resistance, okay, on this zone, and from this level we can expect a drop to this level where there is the previous support here as well. So this is the zone that I will be waiting for gold to test around 1900, guys, during the news announcement. If it does, that could be a very good entry, and at the same time, if you closely look at, we can see a dynamic support. If you turning this is the dynamic resistance on the 4 hour, okay, which will be also turning as resistance, will be tested as resistance, and from that zone we can expect gold to have a bounce. So let me know your thought, guys. What's your idea on gold and other instrument, which one you are trading, and also let me know your favorite time frame that you trade gold and other instrument. Ezzy. Hello, coach. Thank you, Ezzy. Training man. Good morning, Wizard. Thank you very much. Or Sam Han. Good afternoon from Kenya. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. USD pairs. Yeah, absolutely. We'll look at it. Hello, Wizard. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Lotfi. Thanks for your lovely sticker. Dollar yen, where to buy? Yeah, we'll look at all of them one by one. Good morning, coach. I hope you can check GBP Yeah, absolutely. We'll look at all of them, guys. Just be patient and let me know which one you are trading, and also let me know any question if you have about trading psychology. We also discuss about trading psychology, guys. If you want to be a good trader, long term profitable trader, trading psychology is very, very important. So let me know also in the chat if you have any question about trading psychology. We'll discuss all of them. I have an open trade on BTC. Can you please tell us where to think about BTC, please? Yeah, I'll look at it. Let me know which way you are trading BTC, bullish or bearish, then we'll discuss. I go GBPCHF. I'm short trade for swing with your analysis. GBPCHF. Okay, we'll look at it. GBPCHF. All right, I see that quite a few US30. Absolutely. Good day, coach, everyone. Thank you. Like button. Oh, thank you very much. Hello, coach. Dollar yen, where to buy, bro? Absolutely, we'll look at it. I don't think dollar yen is in a buy position. We'll jump on it very soon. Young, hi, coach. Thanks again. No problems. Good afternoon, sir and traders. Is it still safe to hold GBP USD? Which way? Let me know. Buy or sell Euro USD, coach? Yeah, absolutely. Coach, which time gold to be trade? Yeah, absolutely. Look at it. Mohanad, hi, coach. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much for asking. Please DXY and US30. Thank you. No problems. Good morning, Wizard. What's your thought on Nasdaq and US30? Yeah, I'll look at it. Absolutely. I have an open BTC short. Okay, I'll look at it. No problems. Where would you call bearish down? Yep. CHF. I hope your next topic. Coach, about trading psychology. Yes, we'll look at trading psychology. You know that I know that many of traders, especially the retail traders, avoid or put less important on trading psychology. But as a matter of fact, keep in mind your trading success 70% depend on your trading psychology. So I have a question for you guys. In fact, what is the definition of trading psychology? Can anybody let me know in the chat while I'm analyzing other pairs? So I'll go through the dollar CAD. In the meantime, let me know in the chat, guys, what is in fact a trading psychology mean to you? Let me know. So dollar CAD, let me look at it. This one. So looking at monthly on dollar CAD, what we see that from the monthly perspective, dollar CAD, we see that this is, first of all, because there is a dollar CAD and dollar news coming together, so this market might be a little bit of volatile. So let me look at GXY, which way it is doing. Okay, so we see that some probably, I'm just looking at DXY to see in fact the movement of dollar. I think that DXY might come a little bit of down for for a deeper retracement. Okay, and then we might see that again bullish move. So DXY might be a little bit of down, and that is why we see the some movement on gold. So once we'll see the gold is going up, we could see DXY coming down to test this level. So if we reflect it on dollar CAD, okay, so you see that USD CAD, if we reflect it on USD CAD, what we see that So in that case, we might see USD CAD, we might see some downward movement. Let's do full analysis. So looking at monthly, as you can see that from the monthly perspective, dollar CAD, there was a bounce from here, the big impulse on USD CAD. So this is the impulse, and then the price is creating series of lower high on the monthly time frame. You can see that. And if you closely analyze that couple of months price action and market structure, we see that every month the price is creating series of lower high. And this is the thing that normally I look at when I look at the price action, is when you see series of lower high, that means the buyers not find deep enough strength to create new higher high. So with that in mind, the previous months, let's focus on the current time frame. Previous months, we have seen the dollar CAD created this long bearish engulfer with a lower high. Okay, big bearish engulfer. Now with that, with this bearish engulfer previous months on dollar CAD, we see that the price basically this month, once the market open, we have seen primarily a movement to the upside. Okay, so with this upside movement, dollar CAD currently, after this bearish engulfer, the price from this resistance primarily rejecting. What I think that now slowly, as you can see later today, we are expecting some weakness in DXY. What I think that we might see some slower downward movement again on DXY, and then from this zone we might see later after deeper retracement, probably we'll see again bullish move. Looking at weekly, okay, so you see that now the main thing on the weekly in dollar CAD, guys, that weekly price action on dollar CAD is strongly bullish. Okay, there's a bullish engulfer has formed. Now this week, once the market open from this gap, with a gap, the price has broken this weekly high, created an overextended market. You see, guys, these are the very, very important thing that I discuss. When you see that, let's say a weekly price action like that, okay, let's say this one here, all right, the market normally, when you see the next one created an overextended market, okay, you can expect the price to again retreat back. You see that after the weekly, this is the weekly price action, the price created an overextended market, and then after creation of this overextension, we see that retreat back, which is very important. Now what we see that currently, the price again coming to the weekly level of support zone. What I think that with this rejection, we might see some deeper movement today, probably even is coming to this back to this support, weekly support, and then we might see again retreat back to the upside. So short term, we could see now some downward movement that we discussed on the monthly as well. So if you look at the daily here, what I think that, see that this is the daily impulse to the upside. Now it is coming for a daily correction, and I think that either the price is coming to this daily resistance above this doji. This is the low of this is the lowest point of this daily candle, this is the highest point. This resistance is turning support here, can give us a good support level for this move. So with that in mind, let's look at the 4-hour perspective on dollar CAD. What we see that on the 4-hour, this is the previous resistance zone, which is turning support here, and from here we can expect a bullish move on USD CAD. So for the time being, we see already a double bottom here. Okay, the price in fact a reverse from here, right? This is a double bottom, a break out to the upside. Now this level is in fact a very important previous resistance zone here, which is turning support here, and from here we can expect dollar CAD to continue to go up. So for the time being, what I will be waiting for dollar CAD, to give us a suitable entry opportunity along the zone, and then from here to the price to give us potential bullish trading opportunity, because you know that this is an impulse to the upside long-term bull market. I will not be, for the time being, I'll not be interested. I know that there is a bearish engulfer has formed with a liquidity grab, but it's still bullish opportunity from this zone is a high probability setup on dollar CAD. So for me, I will be waiting for a potential bullish setup in this zone. Once the price will hit that level, if we see exactly the similar kind of price action. Good day, sir. Thank you very much. I have sold US30. Please advise or check it, please. No problems. Thank you very much. I'll look at it. Hello, I like to work at 1 minute chart and I do well. I like to work on 1 minute chart and I do well. Oh, wow, that's amazing. 1 minute chart trading. 1 minute chart is so fun, and also you need a very, very good discipline approach to trade in 1 minute chart. I'll look at in the next couple of minutes how you can look at trading in 1 minute chart. I'll give you some tips that might be helpful. How many of you trade on 1 minute chart? Let me know in the chat. Thumbs up, guys. Thank you very much, Mohanat. You are amazing, my man. I sold Gbpusd. It is safe to hold it. Okay, Gbpusd, as you know, there's a high impact news coming up, and I wouldn't, so sell. Yeah, Gbpusd is sell signal, but the reason I'm not opening any trade is because there's, as I mentioned, that during the news we might see some very high volatility, but short-term trades should be fine. We'll look at if we find any short-term trading opportunity on Gbpusd. Samuel, very good question. How often do you place your SL at entry when your trade is going your direction? Okay, this is a very, very, I know that it's a tough decision. Very good question. I know many of you ask, let me give you my idea, my thought. Everything is my opinion. Your approach could be different, and that's completely fine. For me, what I faced a problem when I started trading is many times, the market going in that direction, and then I brought the SL at entry to make that trade break even, and then what I saw that the market again gone up to my entry, took me out of the trade without giving me anything, and then went to the direction that I expected, and then hit the profit target, but I didn't get anything. Okay, so then what's the solution? Okay, over time, then when I saw this problem facing over and over again, then what I did, I did an extended back tested session. Let me tell you what I did. You can try that. It will, if you have time, it's easy, or I will explain what might happen. So I did an extended back tested session, and I put two table. One is without, let's say, I took a trade, same trade, okay, 2-1 risk to reward, all right, and then I opened the trade with proper risk management, the back testing, replaying the chart, and I did not move the stop loss at entry. I keep the trade open, whatever happened, either SL or TP in that situation, and then I did an extended back tested session, and then I recorded those data, those information in a chart to see what happened. And then I did the same trade when I realized that, okay, the trade gone this much far. Now I'll move the SL at entry to make the trade break even. Okay, and then I made another back tested session with the same trade. And finally, interestingly, what I have found, trust me, in my back tested long, almost more than 150 trades, I have found that without moving to the SL to the entry, the price, more trade is going to be successful. Now, as I mentioned, it's just a random data. It could be it's not exact. What I found, that's what I'm explaining. So the reason happened is that when I did that, I saw that the price basically go to the, in many cases of this trade, the price retreat back to the negative zone and then again come back to hit the profit target, because the market always move like that, very up and down. So let's say this one is a purely trending market. You may not find the market like this. You see this zone here, very clumsy and choppy. So then the best approach that I found with that is, there are two ways sometimes I do is, basically if I have a very tight stop loss with a bigger profit target, then I move SL at entry. For example, what do I mean by this? Let me give you an example. Let's say how do I get, for example, this one here. Let's assume that, okay, this is a bearish candle here, and I decided to place a pending order here, for example, short on the retest, and I put my stop loss just above this high. Okay, very narrow stop loss, right? I put it, let's say 5 times profit target as an example. Now replay the chart. What happened? Okay, the price, you see that exactly gone to the entry, hit the entry, and then has come back down, right? So now some trader might hold this trade for 10 times profit. Let's say 10 times profit, someone hold it. Now in that situation, what I would do is either trading the stop loss, or I normally don't like to trail the stop loss. This is also in most cases I get. So what I do is, let's say when the entry is very tight, I just bring it to the entry and keep the trade running until hit the profit target. So especially when the entry is very tight with the stop loss, this is the best approach I found. Now at the same time, you can try your own way. As I mentioned, that everything is right, nothing is wrong. Your approach also absolutely okay. You can try your way. See, everyone's approach is different, and sometimes someone may have a better result on moving the entry to the SL. In that case, there is another way you can try that I have seen is better. Let's say if you want to move your SL at entry, then wait for a structure to be formed. So what do you mean by structure? For example, let's say you have traded this middleman. For example, this is a middleman, perfect middleman. Let's assume that you traded this middleman short from here, stop loss above this high, and let's assume that your TP is 221 like that. Okay, middleman, or maybe let's say you got a 5 times profit target. Okay, now once you do that, then the price is moving in your direction. Okay, so you see that until this candle formed, you still don't know how much it will go up. Now once this red candle has broken down, you see that there is a structure already has been formed. Okay, now once you found this structure, this is this will act as a resistance. The price below this level, now the price will act as a resistance, and because the price will act as a resistance, you can use this as a resistance. So you can move now your SL at entry so that you can have a good a profit on this one. This is how that's how many traders manage in this way. As I mentioned, you can do it in your own way. Hopefully that you understood. Let me know if you still have any question. How to start trading in gold for beginner? Which app is best for forex trading? Ram Sarup, thank you very much. Very good question. First of all, how to start trading in gold for beginner? So firstly, to trade in gold for beginner is learn proper risk management. Okay, do not trade randomly, because gold is very volatile. Let's say in euro dollar 0.1 lot and gold 0.1 lot is a big difference. So you need to find out, first of all, you need to learn proper risk management. Okay, trading gold or trading any instrument, key things is to learn proper risk management. And for app, so what purpose you need the app is the key. So for forex trading, what you need, a brokerage firm, a brokerage account, and the brokerage will give you the trading platform, and you'll be trading. I don't think that you need any app, but let me know what app you want to use. But in the meantime, guys, as we talk about brokerage, our recommended broker link below this video, EverTrade. They're regulated by SEC and many other jurisdiction. Top broker, currently offering 40% welcome bonus exclusively only for Forex Trading Wizard Academy followers and subscribers. Link in the description. You can use the code. So to claim the bonus, you need to use that code. With a regulated broker, using a code, you can claim the bonus, but you have to be in the eligible country to claim that bonus. But you can open an account wherever you are. Use that code. You can start with as minimum as $100 or any amount. Let me know in the chat if you need the link in the description. Thank you very much. Okay, Lotfi says that I think it's how we behave in regards to trading and the risk. Of very deep answer, very good one. Yeah, that's true. Trading psychology are principles, ethics, laws, taking trading as a business to work on analysis. Very good question. Wow, highly motivating. Trading psychology are principles, ethics, laws, and taking trading as a business to work on analysis. Very deep answer. Awesome. Your USD to do you think we'll want there? Yeah, I'll look at it. Trading psychology refers to the emotion and mental state that helps dictate success or failure in trading securities. Trading psychology represents various aspects of individual's character. Yeah, that's a textbook definition. Very good one. I like it. Thank you for that. Yeah, absolutely. What about euro dollar? Look at it. Help us look at US30. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate. No problems, Philip. Thanks you very much. Hi sir, NASDAQ please. Yeah, absolutely. Good day, coach. Trading community. Trading psychology is the ability to control emotions during the trading in order to maintain stable mental state. Very good question. Very good answer. Gbpusd showing. Okay, so let's quickly look at trading psychology, and then I will look at again gold next, and GJ and all other pairs. I see that you guys really are knowledgeable, and I appreciate. I'm really happy to be with such a knowledgeable people. Look, trading psychology is in fact a very there is a countless definition you can find, but if we just go to the raw state of trading, understanding in a raw way, or in a completely basic way, is not only the trading psychology. In fact, everything has a psychological aspect to it, because it's all about decision making, right? When to buy, when to sell. Should I buy or sell? Should I take the profit? Should I keep the trade running? So it's all about decision making. So if I go to the completely in a scientific and huge different way, is we have first of all where the decision comes, that all the decision that we make is, we have a brain like this. Okay, that brain has couple of part. This is the frontal lobe, okay, which is the newest brain, and this is a middle brain, okay, amygdala, so this middle brain is millions of years older. This frontal lobe is newest brain that makes the difference between an animal and a human. And this frontal lobe is where consciousness or the human differentiate yourself from other animal. But as a matter of fact is that 98 to 97% of our actions comes from this amygdala, this midbrain, okay, which is the reptilian brain. If you go back millions of years, see, our age is, let's say your age is how much, 40 years, right? And we think that this 40 years is all about, no. If you go back to the history of our human being, then you see that 40 million years of information available in your gene and everywhere, right? So this information is in fact governing your everything. So this midbrain operates in emotion completely. It's emotion driving. How much, what kind of emotion you are experiencing will determine what kind of decision you are going to do. So what happened is that you see that the money that when we open a trade in in an account, when the trade is running, and because we have a meaning behind that money, let's say you have a open trade on euro dollar and suddenly the price has gone to the upside, you sell short, now the money is in negative, right? Let's say negative $500 or $50. Now your middle brain is thinking, is putting a meaning behind it as something that not comfortable. So this middle brain normally act like it is stay either in a it determines outside object as a friend or success or threat. This kind, that's how it translate. So this middle brain generates fear when the price go to the negative or the trade is going in the wrong direction. It creates a fear response. So that fear is an emotion, is being generated in your body, going to your midbrain and controlling your decision. You see that? So understanding this is what in fact trading, mastering this emotion is mastering your trading psychology. Now I know that it's not a one-day job, and I'm sure that everyone will be able to understand it and do it, but understanding the mechanism will solve 50% or 70% of the problem. So then how do you then control that? Or controlling is not in fact a good idea, good word. How do you overcome that emotion, okay? Or how do you override that emotion? The only way that I found, guys, trust me, the only way, not only in trading, in any way to override this emotion is by changing its state, okay? How? For example, when you are feeling fear, let's say in trading, then you need something that will override that fear. How exactly? You need, for me, the way I see that, you need a clear reason for trading, okay? Very important. Why you are trading? What is the driving force behind you trading? And when your reason for trading is bigger than reason for, what I can say, that being feared, that is where you can make a big change in your trading, trust me. So how does it work? First of all, take 5 minutes time and find out exactly what is the most important part in your life that you want to achieve by trading. For example, let's say if you are struggling with a job that you don't like, that could be a very triggering point for you to trade, and you need a reason. If you do it blindly, then this emotion will govern your decision making. Or you can find a reason. For example, I don't know, everyone has a different way of understanding their own life. So it could be that you love someone, you want to do something for them, or anything you know that you want to, or you want to do some extra cash, right? You love going holiday. Let's say you do a job, you do love that job, but that's not a high pay. You know, you want to go for a holiday every, you know, month or like that, or but you don't have enough cash. So it could be a very, you know, emotional thing for you. Write it down in a piece of paper, and then when you are, you know, facing trouble from emotion, ask yourself that, okay, it's just a short-term emotion. I will be able to do that. Once I am successful, I will be able to go to holiday, or, you know, whatever you want to do. And then slowly you will be able to become resilient to that emotion. Okay, this is only the you know, the best way to handle emotion in trading. I had a couple of videos on YouTube. Also, you can subscribe to the channel, guys. Go to the trading psychology. You'll see in depth understanding how you can you know, understand the emotion in trading and have a clear idea of understanding. See that? So this is the way you can master trading psychology. And by definition, every one of you has given a very good idea. I see that. So looking at GBP USD, you guys said there was a middleman previous session. We see that now the price is slowly coming down. I think that for those who sold GBP USD, this is what also expected in the analysis as well. I think that GBP USD is likely to continue to drop. If we look at the monthly, you can see that on GBP USD, this is a monthly resistance, and from this monthly resistance, the price creating a lower high, the price has started to drop. Now if we take our Fibonacci for this move, starting of this move to the end of the move, we see that GBP USD is approaching 38.2% Fibonacci level here. Okay, so which is the previous resistance, turning support here. Looking at weekly, there was a previous week, there's a strong bearish engulfer, followed by this week there's a gap opening and the price started to drop. And I think that this price will continue to drop on this one. Looking at daily, guys, we see that after the previous day's narrow doji, this today also the price started to move in this direction. So what I think that GJ, if you look at the 4-hour perspective, what I think the price will continue to drop in this direction. So let's see what happened. I think that the price will continue to drop in this direction. If we look at, so we see that, you know, a couple of times liquidity gap, but as I mentioned, that there could be spike during the news, and then we might see that the price is coming back and down again. So GJ, all of this, GU, we see as strongly bearish. Okay. Let's see if I go to the 5 minutes time frame. Okay, so you see that potential drop, which is a high probability. Look at, so if GU is dropping, we see gold also might do the same. But as I mentioned, that I think that we might see a spike during the news, and then we could see that the price in fact moving in the direction, you know. So this is what might happen on gold as well. So let's see what it might do. Let me know in the chat which one you are trading. Okay, 5 minutes, absolutely. How do you back test? I use CTrader app. Okay, Kishan, I'll explain how I do, and you might. Okay, we'll look at next GBP CHF. Good day, coach. I think good day, coach. Thank you for your help. Thank you very much. Euro dollar, yeah, absolutely. Please, sir, can we have analysis for BTC for short and medium term? Yeah, I'll look at it. Thank you very much. See then can I hope yeah, very good. Thank you very much. Favor GBP CHF GJ going up. Can you buy, bro? Yeah, absolutely. We'll look at it. Gold and NAS100, please, coach. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I'll look at next all the pairs that we discussed on the chat. In the meantime, I'll just take, like as usual, I just need to take a drink. I can't, sometimes I just need to take a break for a little bit of focus. Just for half a minute break, guys. I'll come back. Stay with me. Thank you. Okay guys, I'm back. So let's see what happening in the market. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so all right, so looking at GJ, guys, let's look at Gbpjpy. Looking at first of all monthly. GJ is as you know, the very volatile pair, so let's look at on this one here as well how it is doing. Now from the monthly Gbpjpy, you can see that this is the monthly big movement back to back 2 months, followed by previous months, which is a slower movement to the upside. So that's the sign that this market is still controlled by the seller. Okay, so there is a slower movement, followed by, we see that this month after market open, after a little bit of upward movement, again the price started to drop on this one. So monthly we see that the price basically created a lower high, and then the price started to drop. If you look at weekly, now weekly price action is really interesting. As you can see, there's a big gap opening to the upside. Okay, now with that gap opening, we see that the price basically after a little retracement started to drop. Now overall picture on GJ is highly bearish, and I think that we might see now a breakdown on Gbpjpy. As you can see, the way the market moves is basically an impulse, correction, impulse. This is the language of the market. If you identify the impulse on Gbpjpy on the weekly, this is the impulse, correction. Now it is starting at another impulse, and I think that with that new impulse we might see that GJ is coming at least to this level, which is, you see, this is a long wick candle here, and highly likely that the price will test the low or middle of this long wick, and that's a big gap to fill. If we look at the peep wise, and I think that around 650 peep could be drop. Now daily, probably you have seen in the live session yesterday, guys, give a big thumbs up. I'm sure that you had a good trade on this one. As you have seen, on the daily, the price crossed the daily 20 EMA and then rejected, exactly expected. This is what expected in the previous day's live session. You can review it, and the price did exactly as it is. Now if we turn on our, because this is still not closed, so we see that basically the price is rejecting from this resistance level, and that could be a good movement for a potential drop on GBP/JPY. High probability that this price will drop, because let me tell you why. It's an impulse correction, so there is a double top consolidation breakdown, so reversal here on GJ, and with the reversal breakdown corrected to the previous support, okay, turning resistance in the zone, and from that level we see that GJ is now coming back down. So with that in mind, what we can expect on GBP/JPY to continue to drop, and I think that it might be even a massive drop. The way the price action is formed, to me it could be a big drop. So if we look at the 4-hour, this is where we see a red candle again, and we saw that there is a liquidity gap with this red candle has broken down, right? So for me, I think that this current session candle is narrow doji. It could go up to this level to test the low of this green candle from this zone with this 4-hour 20 EMA. But I think that GJ continue to drop, or even if you see this one is closing as like this as a narrow doji, even it could drop from here. Okay, so GJ is highly bearish, along with GU already dropping, GJ also preparing for a drop. What I think, in my opinion, I could be wrong, as I mentioned, trading is all about probability, nothing to be taken as any kind of investment advice, just all about probability. I'm just giving my opinion, but you need to at the same time do your own analysis, and also you need to learn proper risk management before executing any kind of trade. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Samuel. Amazing. I can place your view on NZD CHF. Awesome. Absolutely. Euro dollar. Yeah. So news time. News is, I think, later today. Yeah. It's later, early in the morning. GBP CHF. Okay. Okay. Looking at GBP CHF. Okay. Before I go to the GBP CHF, guys, make sure that you check out the website. There's a link in the description area if you want to learn our strategies and also trade with us. You can find a link in the description area. Join us to become an independent professional trader, and also trade with us, be part of a trading community. So looking at GBP CHF. Okay, so GBP CHF is bearish, as I mentioned yesterday. Also it is dodgy, it has grabbed liquidity. Looking at, first of all, monthly, looking at the multi-time frame approach on GBP CHF, which is highly bearish now. Okay, looks like that GBP might have a drop in against most of the pairs. So if we look at this long wick candle on GBP CHF, this is the I think that in the first move it is highly likely that GBP CHF to continue to drop in this direction. If we look at weekly, we see that from the weekly perspective, the previous week there was a strong liquidity grab and then created this long bearish engulfer, followed by this week we see that as soon as market open, after little retracement, the price again coming down. And I think that you see that on the weekly the price was creating series of lower high, created this weekly channel here. Okay, and with this weekly long bearish engulfer, the price just has broken out of this structure. Okay, and it could be a free fall even to this level. All right, so GBP CHF weekly, as you can see, it's highly bearish. If we look at the daily, now back to back 2 days double doji. Okay, double doji, you know that we do have a strategy to trade double doji. Also, this strategy available even on YouTube channel. Make sure, guys, you subscribe. So there is a double doji here on GBP CHF on the daily, and from that double doji we have seen that the price now rejecting, but at the same time there is a probability let me look at one thing. Okay, look, there are two probability now on GBP CHF. Firstly, you can see that this is daily chart. There has been substantial movement, big movement. Now the price is below this level of support. Now from here we could see a reversal even again. The reason is when the price in this kind of support zone, okay, from this support, either the price to continue to drop, okay, or the price to, you know, reverse, because there isn't, you know, the price, there isn't here, there is nothing, right? So it's a void. So now for me, I will not be buying because the market structure long-term trend is bearish. But if we see that, let's say, suitable entry for selling, only I will be selling. For me, you know, selling from here is not a good idea. For me, I will be really happy to sell if GBP CHF again goes up to give us some kind of entry from here after a liquidity grab. Could be a very good place for potential selling on GBP CHF from this zone. Okay, so from here, let's see what happened. If you're running a short trade, could be good idea to hold after moving the SL at entry. But if you're not running a trade, then I'll say that just wait to see. But so far, this candle is a very, very high powerful candle. This red candle, you see, it crossed the high, grab liquidity, created this red candle. Now this one is still running. If this one closes as a full body red narrower, that's a probability for drop. Okay, based on price action we'll see, but you know, still high probability to drop. Aussie yen, I'm short, sell, trade, help. Okay, we'll look at it. Most JPY pairs are currently dropping. Should we only be looking for pullback for sell? I'm short on both NZD and GBP JPY. GBP JPY short, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Okay, looking at Aussie yen. Okay, Aussie yen short, let me look at it. It's a good idea. Monthly. Monthly, looking at weekly. Daily. Let me see, daily Aussie yen 4 hour. Okay, so for me, Aussie yen, it might turn slowly into bearish because lower time frame we see that the market moving in a sideways in Aussie yen. Okay, guys, but from the higher time frame we see this is the monthly. Now if you analyze this 3 months price action, okay, 3 months candlestick pattern, we see that after back to back 2 months strong bearish, this month we see some effort from the buyer, but it's still, you know, weaker in relation to the seller. Okay, it's still weaker, and this is the resistance zone on Aussie yen. We see that from this level the price just tried to break this high, instead created a lower high, okay, on Aussie yen, and then slowly the price is rejecting. And I think that this price might come down further deeper, and I think Aussie yen even might come back to this, you know, monthly support zone here. Okay, this is the monthly support on Aussie yen, and I think that this price will continue to drop to this monthly level of support. Looking at weekly, yeah, this is the previous weekly. As you can see, there's a bearish candle, but at the same time it might test this weekly trend line. Okay, this is the resistance level here on the weekly on Aussie yen. Okay, now from that resistance, okay, we can expect Aussie yen to have a bounce. So this could be the boundary for resistance and support on Aussie yen, and I think that the price highly likely that will have a drop from this level. Looking at daily, now we see that from the daily perspective, the price already created a daily head and shoulder here. Okay, has broken down. The price now, you know, testing the neckline of this head and shoulder, and I think that for the short term, as you can see, there is some movement to the upside, and I think that for the long term Aussie yen will have a drop, okay, which is high probability to happen on Aussie yen. If you look at the 4-hour perspective, so you see the multi-time frame is so important. If you look at this here in this price action, it might be very difficult for you to predict which way the market will be heading. Now it becomes easier and easier. What I see that Aussie yen, you can see this is the trend line. It is following, right, this channel. Okay, the price is moving along this channel. Okay, and what I think that once this channel, this is the local channel to the upside on Aussie yen, once this channel will be broken to the downside, and then on the retest could be a very good position for selling Aussie yen to this level. Okay, so for me to sell Aussie yen, it might still go up even to this level. Like this one will grab liquidity, highly likely like this or like this. Once it will grab liquidity and then will break down, that is where good place for selling Aussie yen. Okay, Aussie yen, and that could be a very good place for selling Aussie yen, you know. So for me, Aussie yen for the time being nothing to do, because it is like moving very narrow in a narrow channel to the upside. But if you are trading, let's say on 1 minute or 5 minutes, that's a different story. Could be bullish, but for the time being, I'll say that Aussie yen, wait for the price to go ahead and test this level and then grab liquidity and then let it break down. Okay, that's what I will be waiting for Aussie yen. I think that it will break down slowly. Is there AUD USD, please? Yeah, absolutely, thank you very much. I'll look at it now. Gold, Nasdaq, yeah. Euro AUD, do you think will win there? Euro AUD, look at Usdjpy. So gold and Gbpusd is safe to hold. Let's see, go, we'll look at it. Please check gold. Yeah, okay, we'll jump on gold now. All right, so we see that gold has rejection. Now, as I mentioned, that gold is, you can see there was the previous session, there was in fact a long bearish engulfer on gold. Okay, and as a result, this session we see that the market coming down. But for me, what I think, guys, you see this news coming out for a couple of hours later on dollar. Fed shares, Powell speaks, is a very volatile news coming up. So basically very high impact news coming later on dollar, CAD, GBP. The market is extremely volatile, guys. Make sure you check out the website if you want to trade this volatile market with us. There is a link in the description area. You can find the link. And also you see that we have our TF strategy indicator available for all the students who want to trade with us and also learn our strategies. What I see that dollar, CAD, GBP, all of them in fact getting very volatile. There is quite a few good news coming up later today and tomorrow. And for gold, if you have sold gold, that's fine. That's the gold is short, bearish. But I think that during the NFP, during the FOMC, or when the Powell is speaking, we could see that gold is having a reversal. Okay, and there is a high probability for gold to have a retest of this previous support down resistance with 20 EMA. I think that it might form a doji here. Okay, and then we could see the drop. So this current session candle is closing. You can see that it will be a New York session candle, and the next one will hold a news announcement, right? So let me give you an idea how it looks like. So 4 a.m. Sydney time, there will be a candle close at 5 a.m. Sydney time, so it's around 10:35 p.m. right? Timing is very important. You see that how I see the market, guys. It's from my experience that what I have seen. So what I see that, let's say 1 a.m. Sydney time, it could be in a different time zone in your this current session candles is closing, right? Highly likely for me, what it could do, this one might be closing as a red candle. Okay, and the next one will will take into account this news, okay, when Powell will speaks. And the next one, what I think that will go up, test this level, grab liquidity, and also will complete a Fibonacci level. So looking at daily, you can see that this is the daily chart, and with this daily chart we see there is a daily 20 EMA here also, right? And also this is the previous support turning resistance here, support turning resistance on gold. And what I think that the price will go ahead and test this level, grab liquidity, test the daily 20 EMA, and then we might see that price is dropping again. So for our perspective, looks like this. This is a probability, as I mentioned. It might just continue to drop from here even. Okay, anything can happen. In that case, we will be selling straight away, no problem. So this is what it is, that what I think that how this one is closing will determine a lot of things. I think it will have a spike and then will come back down. Could be a big change of trend. Okay, and then we might see that gold in fact have a big drop. Okay, this is one probability. Another probability is just to melt from here. If it melts from here, then we will find trading opportunity definitely on the way. Absolutely. Gold, yeah, this is what we were discussing. Good day, coach. Happy to learn from you. Thank you, Hagai. Thank you for joining this live session, and I really appreciate your support, guys. Give a big thumbs up. Everyone, please give a like. That will really helps the stream to be at the top of the search engine. You'll help, really appreciate it. And also anyone looking for a regulated broker, there is a link in the description area. You can use that regulated broker, regulated by SEC and all the jurisdictions where you are, depending on your country. In most areas they are regulated. So you can find a link in the description area. They are offering 40% welcome bonus for our followers and subscribers. You need to use a code given in the description area as well. And also I'll post a link in this chat if anyone require it. Okay, so looking at dollar yen, let's see what it is doing. Okay, so let's see the dollar yen, how it is doing. Okay, looking at dollar yen monthly, first of all. Okay, like like all the USD pairs, we see the dollar yen also is reversing, and dollar yen long-term price action is bullish. As you know, that it's a long-term bullish market. Okay, starting with this monthly support, we have seen that dollar yen has a bounce from this monthly support. If you closely look at, you see there was a big impulse to the upside on the monthly on dollar yen. Okay, there's a big impulse. Now with this big impulse, the price reached this historically high price, and from that resistance we have seen a strong rejection on dollar yen. Now with that rejection, we see that from this level of support, dollar yen has a bounce. Okay, now as you can see, this is a long-term bull market. The price has come to a very important level. If we take our Fibonacci for starting of this move to the end of the move, we see that the price just crossed 61.8% Fibonacci level, and then we see a retreat back to the upside. Okay, so with that test of this previous support here as well, support here, we see that dollar yen has a big bounce. Now if we look at the weekly, what we see that previous week there was a big bullish engulfer from the weekly perspective on dollar yen. This week, as soon as market open, we have seen primarily a bounce to the upside, and then slowly now rejecting. What I think that dollar yen, highly likely that the price will continue to go up in this one. Now if we look at the daily, this is the daily price action. As you can see, there is a daily impulse now slowly correcting. What I think that if you closely look at the daily chart, we the way I see the price action now, dollar yen, it is basically merging into historically bullish market. So we see that there is, in fact, on the daily there is a big consolidation and the double bottom and the reversal, right? An impulse to the upside has broken the local market structure. So if we draw now potential level for dollar yen to have a retest, what I think that this price might come to test this level again. Okay, and from this level where there is the previous support, previous resistance turning support on dollar yen, I think that from this zone we can expect now a bullish move. So if we look at further lower time frame, what I think that dollar yen is likely to do, you can see that it is forming kind of head and shoulder here. See, this is bullish candle. I think that dollar yen from this level, either breaking this high or without breaking this high, dollar yen will drop. Okay, will drop to this level. Okay, and either will test this level or this one, and then we will see that another bullish move. Okay, but at the same time, you see this 20 EMA. If during the during the news announcement like gold and other instrument, if we see that the price testing this 20 EMA, creating a long doji bullish candle like that, could be a very good place for opening a buy position, and I think that that could be starting up a new uptrend. Okay, this could be another way. And you can see there's a long wick candle here, also aligning with this previous resistance turn support on dollar yen. So for me, I think that the price is likely to test this, and then from here we can expect a bullish move on dollar yen. Okay guys, so yeah, let's see what happened. I think that from here going long will not be a good idea at all. I don't think that this price will be able to go like that. It needs to gain momentum from here, and then we might see that dollar yen has a bullish move. Okay, so let's see what happened. Okay guys, so let me look at the chat. Yeah, absolutely, look at it. Nasdaq, euro, AUD, do you think will went there one? Yeah, absolutely, we'll look at it. Euro, what about euro USD? Yeah, thank you for the coach, why don't you go live on the previous timing? I think it was better. Ragab, yeah, Ragab, thank you very much for showing. We'll do more sessions, no problems. Just for the time being, we are following this time schedule. I'll be coming live again all the time, no problems. So for the time being, due to some arrangement, this is the timing, and will change over time when there will be more opportunity comes. Okay, so looking at Usdjpy. Okay, before Usdjpy, let me look at BTC USD. We said the BTC USD, and then we'll look at Nasdaq, and then we'll jump on this one here. So looking at first of all monthly on BTC USD, what do you see that from the monthly perspective? So this is the BTC USD on the monthly. We have seen the price has broken this resistance level and then immediately rejected. Okay, on BTC USD, from this resistance the price rejected to the downside. Now what we see that on BTC USD, after breaking the previous monthly high, after creating an overextended market to the upside, we have seen that BTC USD has a strong rejection. Now if we look at weekly, we see that from the weekly perspective there is a big impulse. This week we see a narrower candle. Look at the daily. Okay, so for BTC USD guys, I think we might see some sideways movement still, because if you look at this support on BTC USD, you can see that this is the support. Okay, and this is the support here, support here, support here, support here. Okay, so from that support you can see the price is creating series of higher low. All right, and what I think that we might see some sideways movement further, because this market a little bit slow now. And what I think that after this sideways movement, we could see that BTC USD probably will break to the downside. All right, so this is what I think that is going to do. BTC USD, highly likely that this price will have a drop. Yeah, I think you see this is a 4-hour candle which is a middleman, and from this level highly likely the price will go ahead and test this zone. So basically the price is in a sideways. For selling, I will not be that much of interested on. I'm not trading on BTC USD now, but for me, I don't think it's not a good market for selling now until we see this support is broken. Okay, so let me know your thought on BTC USD, how you are interpreting this market. Let's go to the Nasdaq. Okay, this market, looking at monthly. Okay, first of all, monthly on Nasdaq, what I see, that you can see there is a double bottom here. Okay, and then has a strong breakout from this double bottom. Now with this double bottom on the monthly, the price has broken to the upside. Right now, this is the previous resistance or the neckline of this double bottom with this red candle, which is a very important candle in this movement. That is a very important previous resistance, which is turning support here on the monthly. Let's draw this level and look at weekly. Now if you look at the weekly, what we see, that basically looking at this Fibonacci level on the weekly, we see that first of all there is a liquidity gap, and now the price, you see, this is the zone that we have drawn on the monthly. This is the highest point, but what I think that highly likely the price will come back at least to this level, okay, to test this previous resistance, turning support here on Nasdaq. Looking at daily, okay, so this is where we see slowly after this daily impulse, the price is little bit in a sideway. What I think that Nasdaq is going to do now, either during the during the news, we might see this one also having little bit of volatility, not little bit, quite a bit volatility. Okay, and from this zone we might see that Nasdaq is coming back down to this daily 20 EMA. Okay, and from this level we could see that again bullish move or even further drop. So for the time being, if we look at further lower time frame, I think that Nasdaq is going to drop. Now if I draw a possible zone where we can expect Nasdaq to have a bounce, this could be a very important trend line for Nasdaq. And I think that you see this session, this candle is going to close in 3 hours time. The next one is highly likely that we'll do something like this. Okay, and then we'll create probably a doji here, and probably the next one is coming back down to this level, and from this zone maybe we'll see again bullish move. Right, so for me, for Nasdaq is bearish, but high probability it will test this trend line. From here it will come back down. Okay, let me know your thought on this one as well. Euro NZD, no, I like this time. Thank you very much, Kishan, that's awesome. Thank you, sir, no problems. Euro AUD, looking at Euro AUD, guys, let's see what happened. Okay, looking at monthly, okay, Euro AUD on the monthly. Okay, so Euro AUD from the monthly, what I see that, as you can see, after the previous monthly red bearish candle, this month so far the price reached in a monthly resistance, and from this monthly resistance we have seen that Euro AUD has a strong rejection from to the downside. Okay, now if we look at weekly price section on Euro AUD, this is where I see that there is a probability for Euro AUD to come again to this level of support. Okay, the reason is after this bullish engulfer, the price, instead of creating another bullish move, we see that grabbing liquidity and then again retreating back to this level. All right, so if you closely look at, we see this price action on Euro AUD is, okay, this is the resistance zone, and because you see that because the price already grabbed good amount of liquidity from here, right, on Euro AUD, I think that this price will continue to drop, because when you see this kind of liquidity grab back to back, couple of weeks high coming back down, means that it could even come to test this exactly this trend line here. All right, and then we might see that again going up, or we could see reversal here. So looking at daily, okay, with this daily it is a narrower doji. On the daily, the price grabbed liquidity from here, and then we see that there is a long bearish engulfer on the daily perspective. Okay, so support here, which is turning resistance here. Okay, it's a strongly falling market. So if we look at 4 hour, right, yeah, this is where I see that Euro AUD now creating a price action, that you can see there is a double top here on Euro AUD has broken down. And when you see a double top, okay, like that, breakdown, wait for the retest, support as resistance, entry after a price action confirmation. Okay, so the price action confirmation is very important, and that is where the strategy comes in. We do have this kind of strategy where we can understand how to enter a trade. You can see this is a reversal trade. What I think that Euro AUD is highly likely to go ahead and test this support as a resistance, and then we could see that the price is coming back down from this level to this level. Okay, this could be the possibility for Euro AUD to have a drop. Okay, if you want to learn that strategies that we are teaching our students, there is a link in the description area, guys. Visit the website, there is a discount going on. You can join us to learn our strategies and also trade with us. Okay, so today you will not look at US30. Yeah, I will look at it, absolutely. Why not? Rizwan, hello coach, thank you. Aussie yen, please coach, absolutely look at it. Thank you for the lessons. Yeah, no problems. Mohanad, US30, please coach. Yeah, thank you very much. Let's look at US30. So US30, like the Nasdaq, let me look at this one here. Monthly. Okay, so okay, for me US30 also looks like that bearish, okay, for the for the time being. But if you look at the overall structure here on US30, you can see that this is the monthly impulse to this level. Okay, right, big monthly impulse to the upside, and then we have seen that US30 created this correction. Okay, now if we take our Fibonacci, we see that starting of this move to the end of the move, the price exactly has come to 38.2% Fibonacci level on US30 with this red candle. Now what it is trying to form, US30, what I think that it is trying to form a triangular pattern, so an impulse and then a triangular pattern. Okay, so what's the purpose of this pattern is basically, in most cases you will see it will first break down, grab liquidity, and then will continue to go up in the direction, because it's a bullish pattern. But this is the monthly chart, so what I think that this one slowly will come, first will break down, probably will come to 50% Fibonacci level, or even breaking this low, grab liquidity from here, and then we might see a bullish move. So to complete that breakdown, what I think that US30 is likely to come back down on the monthly. If we look at the weekly, we see that from the weekly perspective, The previous week there was a doji after this green candle, which is in fact a series of lower high being created on US30, as you can see. Now what I think that you can see, this price is still where it has opened. I think this price will continue to drop in this direction. Okay, so you see the previous week there was a strong liquidity grab from this doji, and I think that the price, the way it is forming, it is highly unlikely this price will be able to break this resistance. Instead, we might see that the price is coming back down. Now if we look at the daily, so this is the daily chart where US30 is forming. There's a strong breakdown now. Slowly, it's moving in a side view on the daily. You can see there isn't much to understand here except the higher time frame, 4 hour. Okay, so this is I really don't like this kind of price action, as you have to be honest. Very, very choppy. For me to sell, I need to see this kind of long wick candle, strong rejection. Okay, a long wick candle liquidity grab can give us a very good selling opportunity on US30, and I think that this market slowly will be back to this level of support, okay, or even breaking this low, as I mentioned, even coming to this zone. Because if you closely look at, you see this pattern here. There's a long wick candle, you see series of lower high is been created, and we might see a breakdown after a long wick candle. So basically US30 likely to create a long wick candle and then to continue to drop. So I'll be waiting, and this is what the same thing as I mentioned during the news. We could see a long wick candle, a doji, and then we might see that price is coming back down here. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, GJ. Yeah, we'll look at it. Hi coach, do you know okay, so GJ and Usdjpy. Okay, GJ we already discussed. Let me look at it again. Okay, Gbpujpy is a very hot pair now for me for potential shorting opportunity. What I think that this market will drop. The reason is, firstly, you can see that back to back after 2 months long bearish candle. This month we have seen, the previous month was a narrower green candle, is the sign that the bears are strong in comparison with the bulls. So this is that a strongly bearish market. Now this month we have seen after market open, the price started to drop after a little retracement, and I think that this market Gbpujpy will continue to drop in this direction. Now if we look at the weekly, we see that from the weekly perspective there is a strong liquidity gap, and from this level there is a big impulse correction. Now it is in another impulsive phase on Gbpujpy. Looking at daily, we see that from the daily perspective as well, the price created this double top formation, has broken down, from this resistance level, and the previous day the doji tested the daily 20 EMA, and we see that from that zone the price started to drop. So this is a very good place, because this is where the price tested the neckline of this previous support down resistance on Gbpjpy, and from this zone we can expect now a rejection. So for our perspective, you see this narrow candle is being formed. There was a big drop here as well. I think that at some point we might see a test of this support as resistance with this 4-hour 20 EMA. We might see that the testing of this zone. Gbpjpy is coming back down. So Gbpjpy for the short term, I think that from this zone we could see, after rejection, we could see the prices coming down. Euro USD please. Yeah, no problems, thank you very much. So looking at all of them, guys, let me look at all of them, guys, to see how it is doing. Okay, EuroCAD, look like the EuroCAD is very strongly bearish. You know, a couple of yeah, EuroCAD could give us a very strong bearish trading opportunity, as you can see from this monthly resistance on EuroCAD. Okay, this is the monthly resistance. From there is a strong rejection on this one. Looking at weekly, there is a back-to-back 3 dojis on the weekly. There is a previous week there was a strong rejection, and you can see that 3 dojis here on the weekly, back-to-back 3 dojis cross this weekly high, this resistance, very important level of resistance. All of them, 3 of them has crossed this high, and you know, created triple top. You see triple top, and previous week there was a significant rejection after a lower high. Now with that rejection, what we see that now EuroCAD started to drop, and I think that this market now might have a free fall to this, at least let's say to this 20 EMA on the weekly. Okay, if we look at daily, what we see that from the daily perspective, back to back every day the price is creating series of lower high and lower low. Now the previous nearest resistance here on EuroCAD is previous support turning resistance is this one. From this level we can expect a drop. Now if we look at 4 hour, what I see that EuroCAD, this current session candle, even it can, the price may even continue to drop from here. Okay, so EuroCAD looks like that very strongly bearish. Okay, because CAD, let's look at the US oil, which is also representation of CAD. The CAD looks like a bit stronger. So EuroCAD, you can see that if you closely look at this price action, these red candles, there is strong bearish candles, smaller green candles, again a stronger red candle, smaller green candles, the sign that EuroCAD is you know that the sellers are very stronger in this market. Okay, so this is a very important area for EuroCAD for potential trading opportunity. So let me look at the possible support zone. This could be now for EuroCAD, as I mentioned, it could continue to drop from here. The other probability is for EuroCAD to go ahead and test this 20 EMA along with this previous support turning resistance. I think that this is a very high probability that EuroCAD is going to do that, and this is where is safe entry. Safe means like high probability entry. There is nothing safe in trading. Trading is always probability. So this zone where there is a previous support here, turn resistance, could be a very good place for EuroCAD to have a rejection on this one. Okay, so for me, EuroCAD, this is the zone that I will be waiting for a potential setup on EuroCAD. That is a very high probability that EuroCAD will drop, will rise to this level for a deeper retracement, and from this zone we can expect to sell EuroCAD. Okay guys, okay, so I'm just looking at all of them. What I see, AUD USD, you can see that there's a doji. Highly likely that AUD USD will test this zone here and then will drop. Okay, so all those USD pairs, as you can see, this current candle also closing in upcoming in New York session, and then what I think that the price during this news will test this 20 EMA and then will drop. Okay, so will be really some good trade coming, guys. Very good trade coming. I would love to trade this, because this, once the price, if the price does, which is high probability, because there's a lot of liquidity in this zone, and that could be a driving force for the price to have a big move to the downside. Okay, on all of them. So if you want to trade this with us, there is a link in the description area. You can visit us, join us in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy to learn our strategies and also trade with us. So with that in mind, guys, I see that, yeah, I think most of the pairs we have covered, and I will be looking to see if there is any better trade coming later. And as the news will be released, you see that we will also be releasing a lot of trading opportunity, because this news are really good market mover, and I will be waiting for some good trade in after this news. So in the meantime, guys, I'm gonna end this session very soon. As I mentioned, if any one of you looking for a regulated broker, link in the description, you can join, and your money will be in a safe hand. And also, if you want to learn our strategies, check out the website. Don't forget to subscribe for more content coming every day, and also there will be another live session tomorrow at the same time. I hope that you guys enjoyed this live session. I hope that also you found value, you understood where the price is moving, and leave a comment below this video if you still anything that has not been covered. I'll try to answer via answering the comment. With that said, thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow in this live session again. Until that, stay happy. If you are on a VIP channel, then stay tuned. We'll see some good trades coming up. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Stay happy and manage your risk.